Hey guys, I got a few announcements that I want to touch on before we start this video because we're getting into the planting season. So first, planting dates. I will show you my schedule halfway through this video. It'll be hard to miss, but you want to look for it if you're going to follow along. Next, video 16, planting methods. I used a technique in which I measured out some seeds before I broadcast seeded them. Those measurements are wrong. The book measurements were in the 30 foot squared measurements, and I just tried to reduce them. My math was off. So here's the correct measurements. I'm going to just keep them up so you can screenshot them. Next, buying seeds. You're going to want to have an estimate on how many seeds you want based off of your garden size and those measurements. But go to the store, bring a plastic baggie with you, buy one packet of everything you want, or bring enough plastic baggies for everything you want. You're going to open each packet and pour it into one baggie. Then you can see how many seeds are in a baggie or in a packet. And then you can make a better judgment on how many packets you're going to need. Do this in the store parking lot so that you can then just go back inside and buy the packets that you need. That way you're not buying too many packets and you're not just having to go back to the store. Next, older seeds. Say you have some seeds lying around and you're wondering if you can use them. Most seeds keep their viability, their germination rate is decently high under 3 years old. Do not use onion seeds though under 1 year old. They're a weird one. Next, water implements. Go to the store and buy either a watering wand, you'll find these at garden centers specifically, or just a normal hose nozzle. What you're really looking for is a shower head type spray. That's just so that when we start watering our seeds in, it's less likely that we're going to wash them out. And when we get there, I will show you a few tips and tricks on how to even increase or decrease that probability that we wash our seeds away. All right, cool. On to the video. All right, see you guys. Hello, my name is Brandon Bryce. Welcome to the Veggie Gardener. So really the purpose of this video is just to say, hurrah, we pretty much covered all the garden essentials. There are a few that we still need to hit, and that is maintaining your garden and harvesting your garden. But other than that, we can have a garden. I've covered everything that I think you need to know to have a successful garden. So where are we going from here? We are going to actually start our focused crop study. However, before I start mentioning that too fast, we are going to be planting here soon, and I want to be putting up a planting schedule so that if you need to go to the store and grab your seeds, this is the time to do it. We have about 1 more week, maybe 2, before we start planting. I want to start planting around April 8th. Now we're going to have to start with the semi-hardy or the hardy plants and the semi-hardy plants. So back in an earlier video on light and air where we placed our garden, this is just a side note. When we placed our garden, some people don't have the option to place their garden in a full sun spot. That is 6 to 8 hours a day. I said as long as you get 4 hours a day, we will be able to find you plants. These are the plants that you're going to want to look at because cold season plants are, rule of thumb at least, they can handle low sunlight areas. That makes sense because the sun is lower in the sky. It has to go through a lot more atmosphere, so it's even weaker. So yes, these are your plants, and this is the planting schedule. So if you want to follow along, follow along. Oh, another thing, if you're an absolute beginner, in one of my early videos, I also said put 80% of your garden into what works and 20% into what you are learning. And you might have looked at me like, Brandon, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know what works. All right, so I'm gonna highlight a few of these plants in which I think you should focus on. So look, or really follow me for those plants, and because they're just easy to grow. And all right, so that's done with the planting schedule. Let's talk about the focus crop study. We're gonna talk about the focus crop study in our next video series. Just coming up next video, I think. Yes, next video, we're gonna start our naming and classification. Now, that's gonna be kind of a rough topic for some people because it's Latin names. But really, it's just another word. We're not learning a new language. When we do our focus crop study, instead of focusing on one crop at a time, we're going to look at groups. The reason why I'm grouping things up together is so that you can start associating them with each other, because they're going to share the same management techniques. And that way, instead of learning 5 different management techniques for 5 different crops, you learned one management technique for 5 crops. That's so much easier than learning the ins and outs of every little plant, because going back again to an earlier video, the second one, I believe, I lost my train of thought. Right, the 80-20 rule. There's so much knowledge out there. What do we really need to know? And our goal is really to hone in on that 20% of knowledge that produces 80% of the results. And so that's why I'm grouping plants up together. Once we get through that, we will cover a few families. We will talk about classification, then we'll cover a few families, and then we're gonna start getting into planting. And that's what, like a week away. It's March 25th, and I want to start planting April 8th. So okay, maybe 2 weeks away. We got some time, right? So go to the store, get your seeds, if you don't have them already anyways. And then after we start getting through the planting, we can also start creating some videos on enhancing your garden. Enhancing your garden are the topics in which are not necessary to have a garden, but they will help us improve our garden's production while reducing the cost. And so yes, and that's the big ideas that I want to tell you about. There are a lot of other video series that I have in the back of my mind, but obviously those are the ones that I really want to talk to you about right now. But we're wrapped up with the garden essentials. So hey, cool, right? Yep. All right, next video, I mentioned it. It was naming and classifying. So look for that video. And have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. I should switch those around. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.